Yo, what up, what up, what up? What's the deal? Here we are at Provoking Styles. I'm your boy Real.
I'm Joe Springfield. You right, man. Your mic is
this is Provoking Styles. See, I was just tricking you on the check-in, nigga. I wasn't gonna let you in. Watch your mouth. Yeah,
I say crap, man.
Yo, check this out, man. I got breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news.
What's that?
They arrested George Zimmerman's wife.
Good.
Did y'all hear about that?
No.
Yeah, George Zimmerman's wife. She was lying at the bail hearing. Damn, I ain't even. I'm slacking on my newscasting, but I ain't write the chick name down. She just George Zimmerman's wife. Okay. For now, she just Zimmerman's wife.
Zimmerman's wife.
All right.
I'm good with that.
So what they did was they revoked his bond on Friday. Like, they gave this dude a $15,000 bond on a second-degree murder. And it's because at the bail hearing, they were claiming broke. Like, they were crying, talking about they ain't had no money, all this kind of stuff like that, right? But while he was in jail, they was record. You know, they record all your phone calls and everything like that. So they went after the phone calls and they checking the phone calls and everything like that. And they was talking in code. Like they was drug dealers or something. So he was asking her about the money, like how much we got, and she was like, you know, it's only like 18. And then he said, well, how close are we to getting there? She's like, I don't know. And said, what do you think it's gonna be in the fuel? She's like 155. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, what they was saying was they was using these small numbers in reference to thousands. So when they say 18, they talking about 18,000. When they say 155, they talking about 155,000.
Wow.
But yet, it's still they're telling the judge that they don't have no money. Plus, homeboy had a passport in a safe deposit box.
Right. So
he pretty much was a flight risk.
Yeah.
And he portrayed himself as not being one. First of all, how do you get a $15,000 bail on a second-degree murder charge? That's what's crazy. That's
crazy. That's crazy.
That's what's out the park for me.
That's crazy.
Man. And just the whole thing, like, and she was released on a $1,000 bond. You know what I'm saying? For perjury. And it's not often that people are even charged with perjury, but you can tell from the severity of this case that it's an all-out war.
Yeah.
It's like it looked like good versus evil, black versus white. It's really on some opposite approaches to this whole case from day one, man.
And where's all that money coming from?
Well, remember when he first got locked up, he opened up a website and was taking donations. So, you know, remember you remember because you did it. The dude that you was interviewing with the blog that was talking about Trayvon being a thug and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. People like him from, you know, I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to categorize people one way or the other, but the people that agreed with Zimmerman were more or less pledging and supporting to his cause. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So he raised this money, and I'm thinking from my understanding, they raised like almost $1 million. Like, they got a lot of bread from people behind this, man. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's probably $1 million up front. It's probably more than that. Never know.
I mean, you know, I'm pretty sure during this case they're gonna seize those records and try to find out, because I think that what they were basically doing was he was getting her to shift the money around while he was in jail. Like, make sure you take it out and put it over here, and they were reassessing the funds. So I guess people couldn't keep track of it. But you know, once you raise a red flag with them, son, it's on and popping.
Yeah, it should be.
They gonna start checking your kids before they born.
Yeah. It should be.
I mean,
I hope it's like that. I hope
that's crazy, man.
I hope it don't turn into nothing bigger than what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it could turn into a big racial war. I
mean, realistically, it's already there. It's kind of like it's kind of like OJ all over again. Like, if homeboy gets off, I predict riots. Like, realistically, I predict riots. Like, people gonna lose their mind and start, you know, looting and all kind of crazy stuff like that.
Now that's the thing. I'm talking to the people now. We shouldn't do that. We should not loot and tear up our communities.
We shouldn't do it, period.
Right, we shouldn't do it. We shouldn't do it at all. I mean, like, take it to the courts. Write down what you mean. Do it in a respectful way so the outcome can be, if we win and everything come out right, we could say we did it the right way. See, we didn't tear up our communities and blow up cars and and disgrace
I get exactly
ourselves.
what you're saying. What I think, especially our generation. Let's talk to the hip hop generation right now. One thing that I find we don't understand is the importance of records. Like, if you flipping and you just emotionally responding to something, you just look like an angry person, angry young person, angry black person, angry white person, whatever. You just look angry and emotional. But when you write strong, detailed letters and they're recorded and a file is kept on this situation and there's history to it and there's a paper trail and all these kind of things, it's more effective in the long run. And it's more effective with the outcome. Right. I mean, let's take it. Let's take example. Let's take the whole thing with the Civil Wars and the Civil Rights movement. Martin Luther King. Great man, strong into. I mean, we could talk about the scandals and all that kind of stuff, but let's look at where things are because of such of a dude. And he did it with a non-violent response to getting spat on, dogs, water hoses, being arrested, wrongly accused, house bombings, all kind of stuff. And the man kept his focus. The whole movement was non-violent, and look at what the results are. Now, I know it's a difficult task. It's something that's very it's complex when you're passionate about what you want. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think it makes a bigger difference. It makes a bigger difference. Get a platform, state your claim, stick to your guns, and be respectful for both sides, and let the truth speak for itself.
Yo, a lot of times we sit up here and I disagree with some things that you say. But right now, I'm in full agreement with you, brother. For real. I'm in full agreement with you, and I feel strongly about everything that you just said. I think we should do it just that way. Because, we got a bad history on us, of rioting and doing this and doing that and looking like savages. Yeah. It's time for us to look like
like responsible adults.
Responsible people.
Responsible adults, man.
Right now, let's go to a video, quick, fast, and we'll come back with the second half of this.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Provoking styles, y'all.
Yeah, y'all heard this shit before, but y'all ain't never heard it like this. Yo, 40. Do this shit some justice, baby. Handle your business.
Hey, yo, this game don't keep it real no more. Suckers and rap. They know 40 died of getting they ass. Plus, it's a fact. It's a homicide if I decide to jump on their track. And the source said I was fucking with Ross. He jumped on his sack. I just got Poppy to lower the cost. Double my stack. I'm the rubber band man, but your family want me to snap. I just came up in the club with them Crips, Bloods in the back. Black boys on the shirt, no search, tuck in the gap.
Stop that shit and play that bitch on the top, man.
Cut off the hand on the mans with the cheese, bumping the rap. Who the fuck signed these rappers that's out? Fuck it, they whack. I should slap the A&Rs at the label, cutting them slack. I should take a broom up in they room and fucking with that. You can find me with a badass bitch, rubbing my back. Bunch of women naked, up in the kitchen, bubbling crack. Sour D's when I'm breathing my weed, drunk in my cap. HOEs with rug burns on their knees from sucking them back. Them niggas know how I get down, ain't gotta say much. You a pussy, now you getting on records, trying to play tough. About 10 hollow points in the clip, 9s will be stuffed. Then you come home thinking it's sweet, your bride will be cuffed. Everybody die, fucking with me, your time will be rushed. Why tell a bitch the truth when it's a lie that she wants? Make a lie on that big ass dick and why in the guts? What the fuck is niggas doing if they ain't riding with us? Come on.
40 cal Illuminati. Block Boys Entertainment.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new death row.
Yeah, I know that nigga niggas said fuck me before, I'm cussing them back. I'm a motherfucking boss, y'all bitches walking the track. I'ma say it simple, niggas cannot eat up my stack. Now you better off down on your knees, eating my crack. When I was down, had me hard in these streets, eating no crack. Now my money's good, knock on that wood, getting them racks. Only one chick making noise in this game, on my way back. I'm that new fucking Mrs. Monroe, only I'm black. Oh, I'm so fucking out of control, don't know how to act. I'ma smack the A&R with 40, giving them slack. Got my guns ready, take off your head, long with your hat. Kept feeling 40, look at him now, big in his sack. Now I'm getting everything that I want, bitches a brat. I don't go nowhere without my niggas, we always strapped. And I'ma tell you like this, my nigga, this is a fact. Think you fucking with block boys, niggas still in the nap.
Yo, check this out, man. It's been a long time since we talked about my people. So I just need to. Yo,
let me guess. Basketball wise.
I'm saying, son. I'm saying the reunion off the meat rack. Off the meat rack. And, you know, I can't front. The only thing I know how to do is be what I am. It made me cry, son. It really. Yo,
you gonna say that? Yo,
I ain't scared, son. It brought me to tears, man. To see Evelyn and I forgot her girl name. What's her name? The tall girl. It'll come to me in a minute.
Tiffany.
Nah, it ain't Tiffany. It ain't Tiffany. Y'all text in and let me know what her name is.
What's her name?
I'm gonna remember her name. Anyway, they made up.
That was 11 offset.
They made up, son.
I watched it. I watched it. It was cool. It was cool.
Shawnee was making me cry. Shawnee was talking about how, you know, she felt responsible for them going through what they going through. You know, Jennifer. That's
Jennifer, right?
Jennifer.
Right.
You know how I remember it?
Huh.
From the other chick, Kaya, when she slapped Jennifer.
Yeah.
The way she was saying her name.
Oh, okay.
When you gonna learn, Jennifer? Jennifer. Like, when you gonna learn, Jennifer? Huh, Jennifer? That's how I remember her name.
Yo, Jennifer got some big ones.
You know, and they talked about, you know, they tried to uplift it a little bit and put it to, you know, because I mean, even we're guilty. I'm guilty. We've been tearing them down, like tearing them down as far as the content of the show and everything like that. And with Tammy going to a psychiatrist and talking about her problems and everything like that, it gives you a better insight to her life. You know, they also, her and Evelyn went to get mammograms, you know, to do preventive breast cancer, you know, identification and things like that. And you know, it's real cool what they're trying to implement. And, you know, Shawnee said they're gonna do another season, so that's a good look. But yeah, man, when Evelyn and Jennifer made up, son, I was like, wow, like that was crazy, man. It was very, very emotional, man.
Yeah,
it was very emotional, man. I think I don't know, man. I think I'm,
you know, you talking about them so much, they grew on me, and I started watching it, man. I mean, I watched the reunion show, and I get it now, you know.
Yeah.
Basketball wives, that's marrying football players. That's not basketball wives. I get it.
That's only one. That's only one.
I get it now. None of them are basketball wives.
Well, they could do.
They marrying football players, but they call basketball wives.
But you know, I'm a reality junkie, and you can see all of the connections, all of the spins, because now they doing a show called Ex-Wives. They got this show coming out called Ex-Wives. So I guess these are the wives of professional
none of them been married.
Like, no, they've been married.
I'm just saying it's going to be.
But they not married now. They was either professional. I think I saw the dude that was hitting the steroids, the baseball player. I think I saw his wife there. And you know, some other ex-wives did something like that. I was trying to get into to Mob Wives Chicago, but that was that looked like that's crazy right there. That
Nah, but
looked like
basketball wives is cool. I like them.
Yeah, I dig it.
They gangster.
I like how they coming up though. Like
Yeah,
you
they
can see
gangster.
from the beginning to now that them checks is working.
Yeah.
You know, because Tammy hair was kind of crazy in the beginning. Tammy was looking like she was from Left Right Projects. You know what I mean? But now she got some good days and some bad days. They need to just not let her drink though.
Right.
Because when she drinks alcohol, it's ridiculous. You know, you can see it in her eyes. She look like she just spaced out. Like she gonna get into something. Tomorrow, man.
So yeah, basketball wise is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's been up, man? What's up?
I mean,
The other night when I called you, man, and you was chilling. Where you was at?
when was it, Joe?
And I called you. Man.
Oh, I was at the cigar bar. So, you know, that's what I do, man. You know, when I want to relax, you know, I'm a talk to the manager, see if we could get a check for the, you know, because I ain't gonna plug the spot. Number one, because they ain't paid us, and number two, because I don't want y'all showing up where I'm at.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm a member. I'm a cigar connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? That's a form of relaxation for me. So I get me a nice, you know, big gauge cigar and a 12-year-old Scotch, and I just relax.
People that don't know, you know, me and Real, we kind of like hang out together now and try to get more close to each other, so we know, you know,
Right.
how to feed off each other.
Right.
You know, we hung out one day. He went home. I'm thinking he going in the crib. He was like, "Yeah, man. You know, I'm sounding tired and everything." Call the dude back. He's in Manhattan. I'm like, I thought you was gonna be in the crib, son.
I'm saying, son, I was
man,
going in
out.
the
You
crib.
can hear the background, people yelling in the background. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm
Then he gonna say, "Yo, so what you doing? You coming out?" No, nigga. No, I'm staying in the house.
I mean, you know, man. You know, I'm naturally I'm a homebody. You know what I'm saying? I like to be in the crib with my kids. I like being a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Me too.
You know, I've been having real deep conversations with my daughter lately. You know, my daughter's 13 years old, just graduated from junior high school, and you know, I guess you know, these people is my friends. So you know, wifey and I are going through a separation at the moment. You know, possibly a divorce. Well, that's what the cards is looking like, and I really seen, yeah, son. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
It's
really,
not a nickname, y'all.
It really ain't no nickname.
It's not a
You know what I
nickname.
mean? So basically, I find that children are really the ones that suffer the most when it comes to divorce and separation and things like that. And I just wanted to make sure that I establish in parting a relationship with my daughter that's not from a space of guilt. You know what I'm saying? Because I think me and you was even talking about it not too long ago where, you know, for a long time, man, I was feeling like a little boy. I was feeling like a young man, you know, opposed to, you know, you let relationships, you get in relationship and a woman, you know, a woman will ask you, what's your intentions? You know, your moms will ask you, what's your intentions? What are you planning to do? And most of the times us as dudes, you're like, I don't know, like whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm just moving. Or, you know, whereas now as an adult, you gotta live deliberate. You know what I'm saying? You gotta live with the focus, with the mindset. Like, this is what I'm doing. This is what it is. This is what it's about. Eliminate the misunderstandings and the miscommunication, and there won't be any gaps. And I think, you know, like I always say, you know, the truth hurt and it costs a lot, but respect is worth it, man. The respect that you get is worth it, man. And I like where I'm at right now. I'm feeling really strong. My wife and I got a beautiful relationship. It's one better than when we was together. You know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling really good about it. So when I get an opportunity to hang out, the majority of the times my hanging out, even in the past, it wasn't even for fun. It was for networking. You know, like when we went to a party because we had to see somebody, we had to talk to somebody, we had to meet somebody. And that's what it was all about. And it just so happened that it looked like we having fun, which, you know, we gonna have fun wherever we go, but it was for a purpose. Whereas not for a long time have I just been able to just be out and just be out, just be chilling, just be relaxing.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing too, man. I'm gonna start getting out more and start going places and doing things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I find myself sheltered a lot too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get out there, man. I don't know about a cigar bar, but I'm gonna get out there. You know, a lot of times, you know, I find myself doing stuff like that. You know, staying in the house and just working on projects and working on different things, stressing myself out when everybody else is living life, and you know, I'm feeling like I'm being left behind. You know, but I am doing something. You know, I am doing something, but it's not in the realm of having fun. You know what I'm saying? Everything is always work with me.
He meant to say realm. So we just want y'all to understand that it's realm, not the rim. We're not playing basketball.
You see what I'm talking about?
I mean, I say that because I love you. Say you have a conversation with somebody and you say, yo,
let's go to video. Because this is shit. You know what? All right, let's go to that video. And we'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah. Slips. Drop. Prof. And I want to introduce to y'all my daughter, Tiana. To the L to the double E, P to the S, just so that's me. They try everything to make me stop. I'm tired of this bottom, I'm headed to the top. Had to spit rap, but I ain't gon' rock. Talk a lot of smack, but I ain't gon' pop. How to suit out, but he ain't that hot. For all you lames, we'll kick rocks. All they wanna do is see me fall. Have success, but I want more. I wanna be rich, I don't wanna be poor. Let me in this game, I'ma take it all. They ask where I'm at, what I'm all around. Brooklyn, baby, hold me down. Man, trying to find something to do. If you wanna hate, yeah, that's cool. Don't be mad, here's all about you. If I did, what you gonna do? Choke you out till your face turn blue. Bushwick days, we take your shoes. Put me on the map across the globe. Every time I rap, they just like, oh, don't worry about the words, just bust them mold. They ask who I am, I'm just that dude. Everywhere I go, you know it's a go. Hate what you want, that's the hardest flow. King Slips.
S-D-R-O-P, hood like Rider of the GCT, collabo with the homie King Sleep. Hello, 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 they call me Mellow Yellow. I hit the streets in a new Carmelo, all the ladies waving hello. And I'm better than I ever been, I be everywhere you never been, cause I play to win. That's how I drop, ain't nobody better than him. I come through and take the game over like Jerry Lynn. CP3 at the mic, the lid of the pen, so tune in, the hood legend is at it again. Commit odds with a pit, the pen, I'm on fire. Homie, I'm built for streets like car tires. Haters emotional like Carl Thomas, cause the kids shine like VVS diamonds. Hot rhyming, .com, and I'm solar just like a comet, so you can keep your comments. I'm so out of this world. I'm so out of this world. I'm in the solar. So boy, like if I was a choke, water right, I can see my throat. I kill as if I make no use to that old insecure. In my burrows, I take long walks, practicing like if I explode, warming up like if it's a tour. I can step up in any flow. I'm fitting, I'm just very small. Came from the jungle, hear my roar. Cannot flow, I'm just raw. I show off, I'm a boss. On it all, there's a cause. Everything on me is pure.
What up? What up? What's the deal? Will won't be on the show anymore because we found out his format and how to do this. So from now on, I'll be saying what up, what up, what up, what's the deal? So now, back to you, Will.
Okay, no problem. We apologize for that technical difficulty. Our regularly scheduled program.
I'm gonna beat that out. Ain't no technical difficulty.
Now back to our regularly scheduled program. We want to apologize for the ego tripping that's going on in the room today. Joe is feeling a little inadequate because we was talking about his grammar and his sentence structure. So it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you ain't talking about my grammar.
We're gonna have a
my grammar is
your grandma's. Your what?
You talking about my grandmother?
See what I said? See what
he
I said?
He said my grandma, right?
We want to apologize for his ignorance. It's not his fault.
Oh,
it's not his fault. We want to apologize. The English language is only for English people, and I think he's Portuguese. So that's not nothing against Portuguese people, but we got to put Joe somewhere other than with the American people. He doesn't speak American. Nah, you know what? I had a funny thing. I keep telling y'all gotta go to Provoking Styles TV, get the behind the scenes joint. So during the video, I noticed, Super Dave and 11 over there in a car wreck. Now, why I say car wreck was because all of those that haven't got an opportunity to see our famous, infamous, just wonderful behind the scene workers, because these dudes is definitely on their job. They get us popping every week, making sure they can airbrush Joe's face so y'all can't see the blemishes and things like that. But they're here for us, and they make sure we shine regularly. But they big dudes. You know what I'm saying? They big dudes. And they was trying to pass each other. And we was looking at it like, how we gonna get this bottlenecking taken care of? And it reminded me of a car wreck I saw today on Gates Avenue. Yo, I'm coming down Gates Avenue today.
He said a car wreck, son.
I'm coming down Gates Avenue today.
You see what I mean by real? You see? You see?
I keep telling y'all this is
his barber.
I keep telling y'all this is my exercise.
You're gonna fire his barber, son.
This is how I exercise love. If I don't mess with you, I don't like you. So that must mean I love you.
It's too, man.
This is and I'm keeping it in the rim of things. As far as what we discuss.
All right, dictionary.
But nah, so I can't understand how two people coming in the opposite direction, facing each other, crash.
In a rush, man.
I mean, it's what it is. We got to start having respect for one another.
Yeah.
Like I let Joe do what he do.
He lets me do it. Y'all heard that, right? He lets me do it.
Well, I'll allow him. I don't want to. I don't want to be the one that just when you get on the bus and you see that, give your seat to the disabled and the elderly. So give your seat to Joe when you see him.
You see?
Now
you see, I let him talk, man. I let him talk, but now he didn't talk out. Now he messed up. Now
okay.
Now
So
I get out.
You have something to say, Joe?
Yeah, I need you to stop wearing my colors, man. When I wear a blue hat, don't wear a blue hat, son. We was chilling out earlier today. He saw me with the blue hat. His was brown. He put on the blue hat. He knew I was wearing the blue hat to the show. I guess he want to be like me in some ways, but he just don't want people to know. But it's coming out. I'm gonna start letting people know now.
Yeah, I do want to be like him in the rim of things. I'm gonna be like him all day.
Can you just drop that rim of things?
I'm gonna be just like Joe in the rim of this hat.
All right, so listen. All right, listen. What are you gonna talk about, man?
I don't know. Long as it's in the same rim.
I'm editing his shit out anyway. I edit that nigga out all the time, son.
Yeah, that's
all the time.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why you think I gotta put 9 pages in? Because if you can't edit out all of it.
Yes, I do. I edit out a lot of that shit.
And you're just gonna eliminate all of our millions of listeners. You're gonna take them down to 29.
Yo, and that's another thing. We got a set amount of listeners. It's not a big number, but it's a nice number. I like the.
We want to thank the consistency of our listeners, our avid listeners that tune into us regularly. You know what I mean? We appreciate the love, and we appreciate the kindness that you guys show us, and that's just from Provoking Styles. So for those that haven't got in touch with us yet, just hit us up at provokingstyles.com, and we'll appreciate all the support you guys give.
Yeah, and we listen to all your comments and everything that you say, and go from there.
I got some feedback from a couple people that said they want us to speak more about relationships. I think we
talk all the time about
and they liked it. You know what I'm saying? They liked it. I think we hit some points that made the ladies swoon a little bit.
I don't know what else we can talk about.
I think they like your innocence, man. I really believe that went over well, man.
I'm innocent.
See, all right, now I'm gonna stop playing. I joke with you, and when I'm joking, but I'm really serious right now. So. Like, they like your innocence. Like, I forgot the show we did when we was talking about cheating or whatever, and you said something like, no, we was talking about sex is better than love. Or vice versa, and you was like, I thought they went together. That was beautiful. That was a pinnacle point in our show.
Yeah, you see how you make me sound like Michael Jackson's son.
Yo, dope. Why do men? Okay, this is my topic for today.
I thought they go together. My topic. I was deep.
This is my topic for today. And y'all could, y'all can tune in. Y'all can type in, chime in, hit us up, let us know. Why do men feel being emotional is parallel with being soft?
Because that's the way we've been taught.
What?
Because that's what we've been taught.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said in another show, when we was young and we used to get hit, don't cry. Something hurt us, don't cry. Don't play with dolls. Share, don't be selfish and stuff like that. We was never able to express ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But the females were able to do whatever. They could cry. Oh, she's emotional. So they were more in touch with themselves than the males are. Females, please stop telling your son not to cry. Stop telling them don't be emotional about things, because when they get older, they're gonna want those emotions, and they're not gonna have them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking to the females because a lot of females are raising male childs, and they don't male children. Sorry.
See, I told you you're gonna start thinking about it. I told you he gonna start thinking about what he say. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm so loving it.
Stop telling them to stop being so emotional, because it's killing it for when they get older. When they get older, they really don't know how to deal with different things, because all their life they've been told not to cry, not to feel this, not to feel that. Men don't do this. Be a man. Be a man. You're a little boy. If you're a little boy, let a little boy be a little boy. You understand? It's not him being gay. It's him, expressing how he feels.
Wow.
I say that all the time.
Wow.
Man.
So I got a statement and a question. My statement is, I'm impressed. That was some great feedback. I'm really impressed, and that's no game. Now, but my question is, if you state that this is the way that we're taught, do you think there's a time that you realize what you was taught was wrong, or if there's a time to alter what you was taught, or even change how you was taught?
Well, if you brainwash from a child all the way up to you an adult, and you leave the household, you don't know no other way. Anything else is unacceptable.
See, but I'm a little confused, because you make this point. And like I said, it's not the first time that you made this point about the way you was raised and things like that. But you also speak from a very sensitive side of the coin.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what made you see a difference? Like, what helped you see that this was the issue and I need to do something to change it?
Somebody talked to me about it. It's not. These are not. When I say that, don't cry, don't do this. You know, I'm saying it from somebody telling me that, because when they said to me, you know, the reason why you are how you are is because you was always taught not to show your emotions. And then that's when I realized, oh, sweat, you're right. I was taught like that. You know, whenever I cried, my brother, somebody punched me in my chest, boom. Be a man. You want to cry. You want to be like, but
you're getting hit might make you want to cry harder.
Right. But you, yo, I mean, we used to get beat up by the big boys coming through the hallways. We stand in the hallways, us little kids standing in the hallway talking. Big brothers come through with his friends, punch us, shake us up, smack us in the head for no reason. And if you cried, you was a punk. Don't be no punk.
Okay.
Even shaking hands, they used to squeeze our hands to try to break our knuckles, shoving our knuckles together. And we couldn't cry.
So then you're saying, okay, so then you're saying don't teach a dude how to be tough, or
it's a way to do it. It's a way. I mean, it's a thin line between torturing a little kid and making them tough.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's a thin line, because when I was younger, I grew up with guys like this guy named D. Marsh. He used to come through the hallway, and he was the gangster of the block. Everybody respect him, and he used to come. We used to hang out in his building, and when he come through the hallway, you go to shake his hand, you don't know what to expect, and you better not flinch. You better not flinch, like jump, like you want to block yourself. Oh, you get tortured after that. Wow. So you got to stand there and take whatever he give you. He shake your hand, you got to shake his hand firm. If he punch you in the chest, you got to take that punch in your chest, and he just walk away from you. You know?
Wow.
My brother did the same thing. My brother used to walk by me, smack me, no reason. But you had to take that.
See, we gonna go to a video right now, because I'm about to cry listening to Joe's story.
See, this dude cried too much.
And we gonna come back and
cried too much. I swear you.
We gonna pick this one back up.
All right,
we gonna pick this one back up. But Joe, let's shoot to a video right quick.
Yeah, let's go to Coney. I want to see Coney.
Let Joe get himself together, because he was getting a little extra right there.
Right.
So we gonna go to Coney.
Actual fact.
This Stillwell Seagate music right here, baby. Ow! She on me cause I rap Coney. I love Coney. I am Coney. Some don't even know about Coney, but she like, don't leave, you are so Coney. Coney, Coney. Before I lose the last breath I breathe, I make sure they won't neglect Coney. Coney, can I get a Coney? I love my hood, all the hate, all the envy. I get a few mil, I'm taking Mermaid with me. Surfing Neptune, you creep with your best fools. Don't care about who spot them, they're freaking the restroom. Call the DJ, know he playing the best tunes. Kimsey on the whole South Pole on roast. You're making the R&B, no replaying them both. So the side jumping like crisscrossing here. Ladies nuts up, they best dudes when they in here. Fellas throw on their best shoes and get there. Oh, get there, the party gon' die. Looking forward to slide something home with it. Game today, then no baby mama's drama. Need a nice slow bunny like Madonna. Your Honor, find me guilty for trying to get filthy and not forgetting the place that built me. See, is I where we ride in desire. Every other day it's a high most to die. Sometimes it's not safe out to die, but everything's gonna be alright. Rely on me cause I rap Coney. I love Coney. I am Coney. Some don't even know about Coney, but she like, don't leave, you are so Coney. Coney, Coney. Before I lose the last breath I breathe, I make sure they won't neglect Coney. Coney, can I get a Coney? Must I repeat that there? We crack dope, you get all that there. Eat your way crack dope and yo, we don't play fair. You can go and see Ema gave it for the gear. Fashion shows crack, road day games back. From hot sauce to college, coaches know that. If you ever visit Coney, you had trouble going back. Unless somebody scrapped and guns went on the clap. Some man lost his cap, that's a Coney Island act. I mean, lifestyle, little different from the glamour. Most of what go on, they don't show on camera. My nigga Mo, my nigga Gooch, both clamped up. Now I'm sitting here clueless, no answer. Know the rules, the consequences when the man thugs. So I'm just trying to see what a couple $100 does. Doors it open, doors it close. Doors I'll be behind with a couple of floors. This ain't girls going wild, ain't nothing exposed. Only reason why I get the touch of gold, I was told. She on me cause I rap Coney. I love Coney, I am Coney. Some don't even know about Coney, but she like, don't leave, you are so Coney. Coney, Coney. Before I lose the last breath I breathe, I'll make sure they won't neglect Coney. Coney, can I get a Coney? C-I-2-I-die.
We back here at Provoking Styles. Yo, we was on a real serious topic before we left. Big shout out to Coney and my man Actual Fact.
Actual Fact.
That video is crazy.
That's
but
right.
yeah, for those that just tuning in with us, we was talking about my question was more or less, why do men feel that being emotional is parallel to being soft? And Joe hit us with a very good point. He was saying that a lot of dudes are actually taught from boys to be less emotional, not being able to cry, not being able to show emotion, you know, even if they're in pain or whatever the case may be. So I more or less responded with, when do you learn to do the different? When do you learn to do different? When do you learn to change what you was taught or realize that what you was taught wasn't the best for you? And he said somebody told him that the reason why he is the way he is because that's how he was taught. So, you know, I know we was all just kind of curious as to who told him this. So I was asking him off air who told him, and you know, he want to keep the whiz to himself. So whoever told Joe what they told Joe, good looking, because he's a better man for it.
Well, I see it like this. I think you learn about it at a vulnerable state. When your family is gone, the one that you love is leaving, then you realize that something I'm doing is wrong. It's something that I'm doing that's wrong. Let me find out. That's when I believe the men find out you're supposed to have more emotions than what you do.
Okay.
And that's that.
So it's almost like the only way to know something is to lose everything.
But you're not supposed to learn at that state. I mean, okay.
So what are some of the tips that we can give to people? I mean, they looking at us for answers now.
Okay, because Jews, I'm just bringing up other race. Jews, they have this thing, what they call it, a bar mitzvah, where the boy becomes a man.
At 13 years old.
Right.
Yeah.
He gets all his jewels. He gets all his teachings, everything. Other cultures, I don't know what they do, but they have some rituals that they do with they bringing a man over to a boy over to the other side of becoming a man. What do we have? What kind of therapy do we have?
We got the mattress on the roof.
True.
That's where Juice took me by the back of my pants and pushed it down on this girl, trying to get me some.
See?
When I was like 9 years old, man.
So,
like real talk.
Mattress on the roof. What did that teach you? Did that teach you to respect a woman?
Not that one.
Right.
Right. It did teach me to respect that particular woman, but you know, it gave me an idea of what sex was, and it wasn't the best idea.
What's the definition of a broken home?
One that doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like that's like some people, and I mean, you know, we could play telephone and you put one thing out and by the time it make it around the table is different. I think the English language is the most manipulative language in the world because you speak with such emotion that everything can be defined differently. So most people constitute broken homes as, you know, father not in the house, somebody on drugs, something like that. But what you had this other dude that was in the house and he killed everybody in the house. So that could be a broken home too. You know what I'm saying? You can have the mother, the father, the dog, and all the kids in the house, and it just don't work.
I think a broken home is when the family, when it's a piece that's not there. You know, in a home it's supposed to be a mother, a father, children, you know what I'm saying, like that. I think a dysfunctional family is when there's somebody in the family that's on drugs or something like that, or something like that. But a broken home, my definition of a broken home is somebody's missing out of the puzzle, like a father, which is always more than likely the father. And you don't have that person there to teach you what they need, what you need to know, like how to treat a woman, how to address your kids. If my father is never there, and I learn from him how to address my kids, when I have kids, how do I treat them?
I mean,
I can't learn that from a book.
I mean, some of the things, like even for me, and I keep it real funky with you. My pops died when I was 13 years old, and the one thing about me in raising my children, the one thing that was more important to me than anything else was being there. I don't care if we was mad, if we was upset with one another. It was just about being there, because that's what I missed about my father. So I kept it real with myself as far as what did I want from my parent. So as a parent, that's what I gave my children, and that was time. You know what I'm saying? So when you that little kid, and it's difficult, as you said, your mind is brainwashing away or whatever the case may be, but if you learn at some point in your life, whether it be by somebody telling you, whether it be by therapy, whether it be by a stage in your life, like you said, when you're losing everything and you have a revelation of some sort, whatever it is, be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Remember the things that you wanted. Remember the things that you looked for. Remember the things that you craved as a child or as a youth, and give those things back.
But the thing is, right? Okay, you could do that. Excuse me, sorry. You could do that, but you got to learn everything from somewhere. You have to. You have to learn everything that you know. You have to learn it from somewhere, because people, that's what they do. They mimic things. You understand? So if you don't have a father in the household ever, like you was blessed, you had yours till you was 13, so you can pretty much remember stuff that he did, and you can apply it to your life. But if you never had a father in the household, you had brothers and everything else, how would you know what to do when it comes down to your children, to your wife, to your mother-in-law, to your in-laws? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like they said, it takes more than a father to raise a child.
Take a village to raise a child.
Right. I mean, like, nah. I'm trying to say, like, you could make a child.
Right.
But that don't make you a father.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So if we don't have nobody around to teach us how to be a father, how do we know how to do this? How do we know?
I mean, honestly, I think it's different for everybody, but I also feel like I said, if you're honest with yourself, because you might not have had a father, some people might not have their mother around, but there's always somebody teaching you right from wrong. You might just be in a place where you're choosing not to listen. I mean, when we was growing up...
Can I say something about that right now? All right. It's like if you don't got your mother in the household. Now, I've been through this because my mother had foster children. The child is so focused that what they don't have, it's hard for them to grasp onto things. You understand? Like, for instance, a girl's mother gave her away because she was on drugs, put her in the foster system, so she's bouncing from house to house. So she's in the house with her mother and her father, but she know that's not her mother and her father. So she's so focused on her parents that she's not grasping the idea of this mother and father relationship so she can move on with her life. You understand? So she's missing a whole lot.
Right.
You understand? So just that person not being there it means a lot. It means a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
You can't substitute that with something else.
That's why I said time.
You can't learn it in a book.
Right.
You can't learn it from an uncle. You know what I'm saying? You can't learn it from an uncle. You can't learn it from an aunt.
But that's why
you have to learn that from the original people who gave birth to you. And a lot of that miseducation that we have about families and shit, and stuff like that, that's where we getting it from. Because there's so many fathers that's missing in the household. You understand? I know it's mothers too that's missing sometimes, but the fathers are just not there. So we getting a lot of we not getting the therapy that we need to bring us up in life.
Right. But I think that's a very important point, because so often, even to date, you've heard a whole lot of other media platforms and things of that nature, and they talked about how, you know, there's other personalities on the FM dial and different locations like that have stipulated how such of a beast, a monster, an enigma of some sort that therapy is, especially to people of ethnic background. You know what I mean? Black people are frowned upon from, you know, even when you watch The Sopranos, you know, Tony didn't want people to know that he was doing therapy, but therapy made him a better boss.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You got so many people that shy away from therapy. I personally was one of those. You know what I mean? I was totally against therapy. Like, oh, I ain't telling nobody my business. Like, you know, that's how I felt. But at the same time, if you have, especially for children in these particular instances, if you have an impartial party, because somebody can be telling you the right stuff, you just ain't feeling that person telling you. Somebody can be giving you a jewel, you just ain't listening to how they're talking to you, because their delivery might be off, whether they yelling or they barking at you or some sort like that. Now, they might be talking the truth, but how they're saying it, you ain't really feeling it.
Right.
So therapy in these cases, like you say, can't learn it from a book, can't learn it from this, can't learn it from that. And where even you said a better thing for you came from somebody, whether you paid for that somebody or somebody on your job or you bumped into somebody that really just caught your ear. That's therapy. You know what I'm saying? And you got people that are literally professionals out there doing that, and their job is to listen and bring things out of you that you might have buried so deep you don't want to divulge that certain information. You don't want to release that information. But then when it comes to your forefront, then you're like, wow, okay, that sounds like it could be the problem. You know what I mean? And you move forward from there. You grow. So we got to understand that, especially in this day and age right now, with the fact that you said, like, a lot of fathers, a lot of parents, a lot of things are not around. There's pieces missing. Therapy seems like the key right now.
You know, next time we up and everything, you know, I want to bring up the topic about how can women make it easier for the man to stay in the household.
Ooh.
Nah, we need to talk about that.
Hey, I'm with you, player. I'm with you 100%.
We do. We need to talk about that, because I see a lot of stress there in that place.
I mean, so I think it's only fair that we get a woman up in here, so we get one of our guests.
All right,
you know,
next week,
guest announcers, or, you know, get one of our ladies. They busy running the town, doing their thing. Provoking Styles is moving all over the place. But we got Lisa Green Eyes, we got Nikki Muhammad. We can get one of the ladies to come in here and sit with us and talk with us about that topic. That's a serious topic, you know. And also the public can call
y'all chime in,
you know,
and let us know what y'all think. Give us your ideas.
ProvokingStyles.ning.com.
That's right. So listen, we're gonna close out the show.
Okay.
It was a good show.
Wow, this was a different show.
Yeah.
This was a different show today.
Yeah.
You know, I think we had our own therapy. We got some things off our chest, you know, released the beast, so to speak. You know, it was good. It was good.
He even let me talk. Wow, it's crazy. Crazy. He's a new person. He's a new person.
Right. I guess it worked.
So listen, we're gonna close out the show with a little music from our DJ.
Okay.
And we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah. See y'all at the top.
See you at the top.
We're gonna try that again.
All right. We're gonna close out our show with a little music from our DJ, and me and Real gonna see y'all at the top because that's where we going. Is that right? This nigga.
Close out the show. Provoking Styles. We gone, y'all. What?